Alright, I'm live. Okay. Alright, so I'll count down 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Hat in Time, any percent. Hat in Time is a pretty good new game. I like it a lot. There's not really a lot of downtime in this run at all, because you skip. There's an option in this game actually to skip skippable cutscenes, and this is going great so far. Okay. So right off the bat, I need to be getting 2 yarns because I want to get the sprint hat as fast as possible. Sprint hat is the most useful hat. And now I'm gonna stitch the sprint hat during this cutscene so that way I don't lose any time. And that was the first timepiece already. Like I said, this game, you start out and you just go. It's really fast. Oh, and also the 112% is from some mods that I've played on another file. Alright, so anyways, yeah, this is basically the bunny hood. Sprint hat, we're going to be using sprint hat for most of the run. We're actually going to get 4 hats. We're going to get... Alright. We're going to get the sprint hat, ice hat, and witch hat. Ice hat has 1 use in this whole run, and that's just to get to an extra level. Alright, so basically, how to beat this level is you have to get 25 timepieces, and once you get 25 timepieces, the last level opens up. And then so far we don't know any way to get into the last level without the 25 timepieces. But this game is evolving very quickly. Also, all text you can just skip through by mashing text. Oh, pet name? Pet name isn't for a while. It's in the bird level. But the pet name is... Let's see what the pet name is. Allie. Nice. Perfect. Shoutouts to Allie and all the other people that have worked to make this marathon happen. It's been a great time. It's also a really good cause. So this part right here, for some reason if you stand right here, he can't hit you with the barrels. I don't know why this is like this. It just is. So now we just gotta beat this final guy. And now I'm gonna be making my way up to the top of this thing, so that way I can grab timepiece fast. Oh, also I should explain that this game is in-game time, like it runs off in-game time. And also you can skip that cutscene right there by just returning to the hub. Oh, and here's another thing. So you might notice that I'm intentionally kind of collecting... Well, they're called pawns. It's like the money in this game. You need a lot of pawns to open up levels. I think you need like upwards of 500 by the end of this. And there's a fast rollout. I didn't even explain the fast rollouts, but basically that's like the fastest way to move in the game. So if you can do one, you should be doing one. And that I just did right there is a sprint double jump. Basically, if you're sprinting and then you stop sprinting but you jump while you still have the sprint momentum, you can go really far. And that's useful in quite a few places. So I'm gonna make sure I collect all the pawns this guy drops, because it's kind of like an auto-scroller. Like, he's gonna stop somewhere at set spots, and you just gotta be there. That's pretty much all there is to this level. Now we're just gonna wait for him to get here. And I tried to grab the timepiece as soon as the cutscene was over, but I'd messed up. Okay, so next level is Down with the Mafia. It's our first boss fight of the game. And it's also our first, like, major glitch of the game. You'll see. It's pretty funny if you've never seen it before. Okay. Alright. So now we're in the Mafia headquarters, which has some really good music. This game has really good music in general, in my opinion. So we're gonna go up here, grab this bucket of, I think it's like lobsters? I don't know. Go over here, step on this switch. Funny thing is, you need to hold down that switch with that bucket, but it won't stay held down if you don't step on it yourself. It's a little weird and buggy. So we're gonna get another yarn here, jump over here, oh, and I messed that up. That's no big deal. I can just climb up here. Now I'm gonna grab all these pawns right here. Jump into this cutscene. And stitch this hat while this cutscene's going. This is the witch hat. Basically it lets you like throw little bombs. And it makes these fights faster. And it also is integral to the glitch we're about to do. So this is the Mafia boss, another really good song. You can kind of get just behind him right here while he's doing this move. It's pretty funny. There's a little bit of luck in this. If he goes back down into the stands, that's gonna be bad luck. I'll let you know if it's bad luck or not. Alright, so far not bad. Okay, this is bad luck. He went back down into the stands. You don't want him to do that, but there's not really any way you control it. Supercharge! It doesn't really matter if I'm taking damage here or not. I'm probably not going to die in this fight. I won't say I won't die, but I probably won't die. Also, this guy, you can only hurt him if he's blue. If he's not blue, you can't hurt him. Okay, here's another instance of luck, and this time he gave me good luck. He could have gone back out in the stands again, and that would have been bad luck. Alright, so here's the glitch. So I'm basically going to put on the witch hat, hold this little bomb, and then hold right, and just keep holding right, and he's going to jump right off the Mafia ball and out of bounds and die. It's a silly glitch. And that was that fight. And there's another cutscene you can skip right here by exiting to the hub. Alright, so now the rest, pretty much almost all the rest of Mafia Town is unlocked since we beat the boss. And also we're going to do our first time rift, and if you've ever seen Super Mario Sunshine, the time rifts are pretty much the secrets in Super Mario Sunshine. That's the best way to describe them. You'll see what I mean. Oh, I messed that up. I could have done a, like, little momentum trick there to save a little bit of time. Getting to into that sewer is harder than it looks. Like, you can pretty much hit every part of that sewer other than getting inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of movement here to skip that part, and then hopefully I'll get a fast rollout here. And then that means I got this cycle. Oh god, I got stuck on that thing, so that's fine. And there we go. And also here's another cool feature in this game. So basically, after every secret or time rift, you get this little like slot machine thing, and you can change the aesthetics of the game as you're playing it. So pretty much every run of this game is unique in what you get. Free loot boxes, basically. Alright, I need to check my money count here, and I'm good on money, so that's fine. Basically, I need 100 pawns to open up, heating up Mafia Town. Oh, and also I'm going to do a glitch right here, or pretty soon. These guys are in really bad positions. To duplicate this last one, so that way I only have to pick up 3 tickets. So you might have thought how you count is 1, 2, 3, but really what you count is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you actually count. Or 1, 2, 4, I don't know what I said. And I messed that up a little bit, that's fine. I just have to get up here. There we go. And I have enough pawns to open up, heating up Mafia Town, so we are good to go. Alright, this is a lava stage. Basically the whole town is covered in lava. And we're gonna do another trick here. It's gonna be basically like the only intentional death in the whole run. If I die again, it's not gonna be intentional. So basically, you gotta hit these 4 faucets, and then once you hit those 4 faucets, you're good to go. You basically like save the town from the lava. Like, do intentional damage right there. Speed that up, and also I needed to take damage there anyways. I need to take damage somewhere, so I might as well take it there. I'll wait on this to come back. Okay. Now I'm going to go down on these barrels, and I'm going to use this cannon to shoot through the whole level and to the other side to traverse the area faster. Okay, I messed that one up too. I will get one of these momentum slides, I swear. Okay, so here I'm going to take 2 damage to get over to this last one. And then I'm going to fall off and die. And that respawns me back up at the top of the level, which I need to get to this last one quickly. Yeah, it was very heavily inspired by 3D Mario games. Also pretty much, I think it's like kind of inspired by GameCube era games in general, because it kind of looks like, the main character kind of looks like Link from Wind Waker. It definitely seems like there was some inspiration there. Alright, and this next level is the last level we're going to be doing in Mafia Town. We're not going to do all the levels of Mafia Town, because we don't need to. All we need is 25 to beat the whole game. Let me use my mouse here to pick a level faster, because I don't want to go to cheating the race. I'll come back to do cheating the race later. That's actually one of the last ones I do. Oh, I messed that up, but it's fine. Okay, so this level I'm going to be on a cycle. I want to go as fast as possible to make the earliest cycle for when this timepiece is going to be up. You'll see what I mean. Here's a momentum slide. Alright, so this is what I mean. Like, this timepiece, I need to be here when this timepiece is here. And now I get another roll. And I don't... we won't do that remix. Hopefully I get a sprint hat, because the sprint hats are pretty cool. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Spooky Forest level. I think it's called, yeah, it's called Subcon Forest. Alright, so I'm going to do another slide right here. And this is pretty much the only other downtime in the whole run. You're basically stuck in this bag for like 20 seconds. So, this is pretty much the only break you get until the end of the run, actually. Other than like the animations for when levels are opening and stuff. I think that makes it a good run, honestly. I like that there's pretty much no downtime. And also the movement is very satisfying to do. Okay, so this is Snatcher. He's a lot of people's favorite character. Make us sign a contract and take our soul. You know, like most people do when they sign contracts with you. Alright, he basically wants us to kill these boxes over here. But it's okay, because they want to die anyways. They'll even tell you. So basically the way to kill these guys is you burn... I promise you burn them, you don't throw them next to the fire. Pick up those 3 pawns, throw that one. And I'm gonna try and Kobe this last one as I'm going to the exit of the level. And I have to look at them or else they won't, like, burn up. I found that out the hard way. Pick this contract. This is the contract I want to pick because if I picked the other contract, I would have to basically sign another contract. You can get one of these areas without actually signing a contract. So I want to make sure that I do not sign the contract for that one. Alright, so next we have Subcon Well, which is one of my favorite levels in the whole game. It's so, like, action-packed and intense. Oh, also this is where finales are introduced. I don't know why there isn't one in the first level, but there's one in literally every other level. However, we don't actually do any of the finales, so it's kind of a shame. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I need to burn up some more foxes because I need to open up another area for a level later. Okay, so I jump in that swamp right there. Basically, the swamp makes you walk slow, and you don't want to walk slow in a speedrun normally. So I try to spend as little time in the swamp as possible. And I'm going to do a little platforming here to get these 2 yarns. and then I'm gonna do a little flying movement right there. This game's physics are a little wonky in that if you like fly into, or if you dive into a little thing right there, basically any slanted wall, it like shoots you upwards. It's really weird. I don't really know how to explain that one. Okay, so we're gonna go up here, get this yarn, then we're gonna jump down here, hit that switch, and that opens up the way back. Also, I should explain I just got the hook shot. And the hook shot is a pretty cool item. Okay, and so for some reason that pipe will like shoot you upwards. I don't really know why it does that. It just... Okay, so jump on this, wall jump, jump up here, wall jump again, bonk on that. RNG manipulation. Shoot this, shoot that, and that's subcon well. One of the more visually impressive levels, in my opinion. Alright, so next is the mail delivery. Basically the shooter level of the game. I'm actually going to switch to keyboard and mouse when I do this level because it's way easier to do this level with keyboard and mouse than it is to do it with the controller. Whoops. Actually, don't. There we go. I'm not super brushed up on the keyboard controls, so if I mess something up, it might be a little slow. Okay, there, 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 there. There we go. I took that turn wrong, but it's fine. And so now I'm going to try and do a little trick here. To grab this timepiece really fast, and I messed up. What just happened? Okay. Well, that works. I've never seen that before. I hope it completed the level. Okay, it did good. The game graphics like froze. That was really weird. Okay, so I'm going back to this level. This is the level that I can do without a contract. Whoops. There we go. I'm going to re-equip my hook shot because doing that level unequips the hook shot, so that way you can use the scooter. Avoid this thing, because this thing will actually make you go into a little cutscene where you like sign another contract, and we don't want to sign any more contracts. I'm going to do a little bit of tricky movement here to avoid having to have the dweller hat. We're going to use our little friend right there as a little platform. And there we go. And now we're going to go to the spooky, scary level. If you have played this game casually, you know that this level is actually terrifying. But we're going to do something to skip the whole scary part because I don't want to get scared during a speed run. Okay, we're gonna go over here, get this yarn. I'm gonna get these pawns also, just in case I run low later. And then, for some reason, there's this little place that you can, like, crouch into. That lets you just skip the whole mansion. I don't know why it's down there. But it's like a little developer shortcut that they just left in. And spooky lightning to finish off the level. Alright, so now we're going to go back to contractual obligations because we have to do the 2 time rifts in this level. And this one is the closest one to one of them, and Queen Vanessa's Manor entrance is actually the closest one to another one. So we're going to go through the forest, and this is why we needed to kill those other foxes. Go around this. I've made the mistake of going into that one before. It's pretty well hidden. You could definitely accidentally go into that one. Jump over here, balloon. We're going to use these spiders to get over to this platform, and then dive over here and go into the time rift. This one has a pretty difficult trick at the end that hopefully I'm going to be able to do first try. But if I don't do it first try, it's not a big deal. Tried to do a sprint double jump there. I don't think I've explained sprint double jumps yet. I'll explain one when I actually get one. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this. Okay, good. So that basically skips the whole last part of the platforming because that guy's bell like reaches out to the other side. And I'm gonna use this new color just for a little variety. Alright, so last level that we're gonna do in Subcon. And we're going to start at Queen Vanessa's Manor, and the time rift is right next to the start of this level. Oops, missed it. Alright, there we go. Okay, this time rift is another one that is on a cycle, and this cycle is kind of difficult to make, but let's hope I do it. Okay, I'm not gonna make it. I messed up that last part there. Oh well, it doesn't waste too much time to miss that cycle. Basically, I wanted to get to that hookshot place I just shot before that thing went down. But it doesn't waste a ton of time to miss it. There we go. Alright, so we're done with Subcon now. Our next level is Battle of the Birds. We actually do the levels out of order. This is supposed to be the 3rd chapter, but we're doing it 2nd, because it's faster to do this level before doing Battle of the Birds, basically. Just because of how the overworld's laid out. Alright, and this level is pretty interesting. We skip a lot of this level by doing some pretty crazy platforming. We're gonna try and jump over this guy. Good. Jump down here. Fast roll out. Made that cycle. That cycle's kind of difficult to make. Oh, and also you can run into those guys' line of sight. As long as you're not in their line of sight too long, you're fine. Also, I'm racking up quite a debt here. Hopefully I don't end up regretting that later. Alright, so there's a little checkpoint abuse to skip a little bit of the level. Oh, bonked on there, that's fine. There we go. I'm actually gonna wait on this guy, there we go. And that's it, the level's done. And we skip a little bit of that next part by basically going into the picture area while the other cutscene is playing. And there we go, that's Deadbird Studio. Okay, so next we're going to be doing Murder on the Owl Express, which is where our friend, the pet name, comes in. Well, it's actually... The crow says something about if your pet could own a pet, what would that pet's name be? So that's what that's what the name is. It's the pet's pet. And I think that's Allie. So congrats, Allie, you are the pet's pet. Okay, we're gonna go up here, grab this. Go back out. Grab our detective outfit, and we're gonna talk on the phone for a little bit. This is basically like a murder mystery level, which is interesting in this game. This game does a lot of, or this level in particular, like this chapter, does a lot of weird, like spin-offs. This game's world record, I think, is 48 minutes and 50-something seconds. Okay. Alright, so now we're actually going to do a lot of sequence breaks here. Because we don't need to actually figure out who murdered that poor owl, do we? We already know who did it. I think we all know who did it. So that level's a little weird. Like, you like can move for a little bit before the level actually does anything. And then it like respawns you back at the beginning. I don't know why. We're gonna do a kind of precise jump there. Hit that switch, and that's pretty much all we had to do in this level. Alright, and there we go. So we didn't really get any confidential files. But the funny thing about if you don't get any confidential files, it always lets you pick the conductor as the murderer. Which is weird, like, I don't know why. I guess it's because he was actually the person who murdered that guy, even though he's not really murdered. He's the canon murderer. Oh yeah, so the premise of this level is these guys are making movies to like win Movie of the Year award, and we're starring in all of them. And that's what's going on. And basically how well you do in each level makes it to where who wins the whole thing. Usually it's DJ Grooves, but sometimes it's the conductor. It's weird. I've only had to do the conductor like twice ever. Alright, so there we go. We saved that dog. Saved him right off the thing. We're gonna get this. Oh boy. Okay. Luckily, that's not a big deal if you mess that up. Alright, I think I can skip this guy, and I'll be fine, yep. And now I'm Max Diva. Yeah, I know. I basically am a complete superstar by the end of that level. Okay, so now we're gonna do the Murder on the Owl Express time rift. Which means we get to enter our pet's name one more time.
If you had a pet, what do you think the name of your pet's childhood pet would be?
Whoops. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll just get a little extra money, just in case. So this rift's thing is that it's like a bunch of switches you have to hit, and I messed that up. Okay, there we go. Wow. I was not expecting this to be this hard. Usually that is not hard, so I don't know. My way of explaining this is you're always going to mess up one rift. It's just a crapshoot which one it's going to be. So now I got to hit all 4 of these switches. And that makes this go out, and then I'm going to hit this checkpoint just in case I fall down. Go up this cog right here. Climb this lamppost. And well, I failed that one. That's fine. I can just get back up there. Like I said, always fail one rift. That's just the way it has to be. There we go. And that is the Owl Express rift. And we still haven't gotten a sprint hat, and that's kind of sad. I like getting the sprint hats. So anyways, now we're going to go to a little secret level by blowing up those things. And hit this secret time rift. And there's a little trick you can do here to save a little bit of time, but it's kind of risky, so I don't usually go for it. Alright. So you're supposed to blow those up with the witch hat, but we don't have time for that. We're just gonna go around them. Hello? There we go. And that is the gallery rift. Ooh, a remix. I'm not sure which one that remix is. It's someone in Mafia Town, but I don't know which one it is. Alright, so next is everybody's favorite level, the Big Parade. The Big Parade is basically a 4-minute auto-scroller. There's no way to speed it up. It says the timepiece is in that disco ball up there, but trust me, you cannot grab it. As much as you want to, you cannot grab it out of that.
Get ready.
Also, this level introduces these owls that like follow you around, and basically if you don't keep moving at all times, they will hit you and they will knock you really far away. But luckily they go just as fast as you do, so we can crawl around this thing and they won't hurt us. So basically, we're just waiting on this blue meter to go all the way around, and then we're gonna hit this thing right here and 2 other things. That needs to be a mod. The bunny hood needs to be a mod for the sprint hat. It probably already is, and I just don't know it. There's a big modding community for this game already. The devs are super big on mods. Okay, that bonk was unintentional, but whatever, it's not a big deal. So this is the only part of the level that really it matters how fast you go. Because you want to hit these things as fast as possible. Alright, so during this section we're actually going to try and get as many pawns as possible because we need 80 more pawns before the run's over. I would be surprised if it's not already a mod. We're gonna cut this one close. Oh god. I'm trying not to get hurt. Not like it really matters, but okay, we're gonna get hurt. If you fall down into the crowd, they actually hurt you, so I don't know what the crowd's deal is. I guess they just really don't like you. Alright, so now we need to hit these 3 power buttons on these things. We're going to use our friend DJ here to give us a little extra platform. And there we go. Now, the last thing we got to do is just wait another cycle, and then the timepiece will come out of its little disco ball. This is by far the longest level in any percent. But at least it has some really good music. And hopefully I'm right on top of the timepiece. Okay, I was a little off, but... oh man. I freaked out for a second because those owls were right there, and I missed the timepiece. Okay, so now we're gonna do Train Rush. Train Rush is a lot of people's favorite level. I'm not personally a huge fan of it, but, you know, to each their own. I think it's kind of a... it's pretty linear. But like I said, a lot of people like it. So basically the premise of this level is like, the conductor is blowing up his own train because he wants a really good movie. But it turns out he's not really blowing up his train, he just wants us to believe that he's blowing up his train. Okay. That's not a big deal. There's a little sequence break right there. And I should be getting to these right as they come up. Okay, go on. Oh, somehow he still hit me. Usually he doesn't hit me. Okay, I need one more pawn.
1 minute and 20 seconds until self-destruct.
Alright, and that's all the money we need. Alright, and that's Train Rush, and I'm gonna try and do a little glitch right here to fall out of bounds. Let's see if I get it. Got it, nice. And so yeah, we're already almost done with the game. Just got one more time, actually 2 more time rifts, and a couple more levels. Alright, so this time rift is pretty much the hardest time rift in the whole game. You know those owls from earlier that were following me? Well, they're in this rift too. And rifts are already kind of difficult on the platforming side. And adding in the fact that you can't really stand around kind of adds this whole hard aspect to it. Also, the camera in this level is really weird for some reason. Like, it basically does whatever it wants, and it'll mess you up more times than not. Luckily, I had pretty good luck with the camera there. Oh, okay. I tried to do a little trick there with the momentum from the thing coming up to have a really high jump, but I missed it by a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here, and I'm gonna fall down, do a little momentum slide, and there you go. And just one more level in Battle of the Birds, and it's the quote-unquote finale. The actual real finale comes after you do this fake finale. Because this one's like the award ceremony. So I guess DJ Grooves did in fact win Best Picture of the Year. Just like I thought he would. And that is the shortest timepiece in the game. Alright, so now we gotta go talk on the phone here, or else we stay locked inside this level. And now we're gonna go back to Mafia Town, and we're gonna finish Mafia Town. This level, if you mess it up, you lose 30 seconds, so it's really bad to mess this level up. But basically, we're going to be doing this level without the item that we were supposed to do it with. Whoops. Okay. It's just the ice hat during this cutscene.
Get ready. Go!
And we're gonna go the opposite way of where he wants. Shoot through with the cannon. And we're gonna do a momentum slide on this rail to grab this timepiece. Normally we're supposed to use a hat to, like, stop time, so that way we can just get way ahead of him. But you can just beat him straight up if you go the opposite way of where he wants you to go. And that's the only reason we needed the ice hat right here, was to get into this level. If we could get into this level without the ice hat, there would be no use for it. And these birds can be jerks. Basically, they knock you off the level if they hit you, so I'm trying my hardest to avoid them. And it looks like I avoided them, which is good. And that is 25 timepieces, which means that we can reach the end of the game. And we got a brand new color. And this is one of the rarer colors, too.
Here we go!
So, you may have noticed this girl earlier in, like, the first part of the game or not. She starts out as your friend. And you guys become enemies after you refuse to help her by giving you her giving her your timepieces. She gets really mad and starts making a mess. Now we're gonna wall jump up here for a little time saver. Then we're gonna do a double jump, and I failed it that time. And there we go. So that skips having to get the Dweller hat. There's also another trick for skipping the Dweller hat, which we're gonna do here. You just saw her. Mustache Girl is the one who just intruded in our home. I guess I could have said her name since the game never really says it. Since I skip all the cutscenes. Alright, so here is pretty much the biggest trick in this game. We're gonna go out of bounds. Now we're gonna do some wall jumps up this, like, little seam right here. And then we're gonna dive onto this part right here. And now we're on top of the level. This is pretty much the biggest sequence break in the whole game, and now I basically just go to the final boss. But unfortunately, this skip is not over, and there is the harder part of this trick coming up next, which if I fail, loses me 5 or 6 minutes. So let's hope I don't fail it. I haven't failed it recently, but that doesn't really mean anything. So I gotta do a jump right here, because for some reason the ceiling like ends right there. If you don't do a jump right there, you'll actually fall down into another part of the out of bounds place. Alright, so here's the second part of the trick.
Oh wow! What a
Okay.
touching story.
Alright, I got it.
It's you. Don't you?
Okay, so this fight, you can actually skip a lot of phases if you do some really well timed hits. Let's see if I can get any fast hits. There we go, I got at least one. Now get ready for the most intense music in the whole game. This actually doesn't hurt her at all, me hitting her right there. Okay, I messed that up. You can actually hit her in the air with the witch bombs. But I keep messing it up for some reason. Okay, this is the start of the second phase when she starts doing this. Literally anime final boss. Where we use all of our friends to defeat the true evil of this game. Alright, so this is the third phase. Basically, she's invincible inside this little shell. So we gotta just wait around for a little bit. For this part. That's about to happen now. Alright, so now I'm going to use these to break her shell. Okay. And hopefully she doesn't go back into her shell. She might go back in it once. Yeah, there we go. If she goes back into it once, it's not a bad time loss. Okay, 2 times. I've had it go as bad as 4 times, so 2 times still isn't terrible. Alright, and this is basically the last part where I could actually die. After that little cutscene. There's a little cutscene right here, where basically all of my friends start killing themselves to give me health. So I basically win with the power of friendship. Okay, I got her that time, so at least I got it once. Alright, and time is coming up as soon as I pick up this final timepiece. Oh, man, I missed it. Alright, so that was A Hat in Time. That's actually a PB for me. Fun fact. This run was not too terrible. Other than that one time rift was pretty bad, but other than that, this was actually pretty okay. So yeah, this game is really fun. It just came out like a couple months ago. I think it's coming out on Xbox and PS4 like this week sometime. Okay, I have to give this girl a timepiece because I'm nice. To help her fight the mafia. Yeah, boop. Oh man, all of our friends don't want us to leave.
Don't leave us. Hey, kiddo. That's me.
Oh, I guess we never got our soul back, did we? He took our soul and then never gave it back.
Don't you dare leave, lass!
Let's watch our movie, doll.
So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thanks to the Power Up With Pride people for letting me do this run. It was really fun. All we got left is the credits, so I don't know how we are on time for the next run or not. Like if we need to wait a little bit, because we can watch the credits.